What's going on, guys? I just want to give a quick analysis of just improvement over the past couple of months of Kyle's sumo deadlift. You can kind of see how upright he is in his position, how it looks really natural compared before. If you've seen other videos of him, he's been kind of really over the bar and having some issues staying through the floor, which is a very common thing. Today here you see him hitting 315. It's a PR today. Bad boy was all about that fist bump. He was literally busting his butt the past couple of weeks to really get up into the threes, and I'm really proud of him, man. He's been putting this in for a couple of months now. Lost over 80 pounds in his first couple of months of training, and it's just kind of cool to see someone put in the work at his age. His kid's not even 18 yet, so I'm really excited to kind of see where he's going to be at by the end of this year. Definitely transitioning, going more into the summer. But yeah, man, I'm going to put an analysis of another video because when he first started, you see common things that are happening when you first start to deadlift, and a lot of times it happens to be high hips, and you can see right here he's pretty in line with the bar. He's really not having an issue staying into the ground, which is a great thing. But you'll see in the next video that I'm going to put up, and he really had a hard time for months staying all the way through his feet. I mean, right here you can kind of see him coming through his entire lower back. I mean, look how high his hips are, and he's in such a bad position. I mean, no offense, Kyle, I love you, bro. It's such a position to really be at risk of injury, because you're really putting yourself in a vulnerable spot, and you're really not going to be able to put that much weight on the bar because you're just putting it in one motion, and you're making it a 2-point lift instead of a one fluid type movement. I mean, you can see in these reps here, I mean, he's totally in line with the bar. Scapula is completely over it, and it's such a natural movement. I mean, his hips are swinging all the way through, and he's really just pushing through the floor. Again, it's not a pull with your back. You're really trying to initiate off the floor to really pull all that force through the ground and create something with your hips. And today was a really good day for Kyle. This is 315, and he does it so fluidly and clean, dude. I was so happy for him, and this dude's just fired up, man. This is awesome to see. And it's definitely impressive seeing, a young kid like that. He's not even 18 years old, and putting in the time and the effort into weightlifting at such a young age. I think that gives you truly an advantage because you really have more time under the bar, which really gives you the ability to really focus in on technique. And by the time you're 21, I mean, you can really have some massive pulls. I think that's really important to kind of talk about, is really understanding your technique is what's going to get you better overall. Because, I mean, I hate to say it, and just to clear the air, I mean, if you're trying to get better at weightlifting, it's not the supplement, it's not your program, it's not any of that that's going to hone in the most as far as how your technique is and how sound you are in your setup. Everything else is secondary until you have your setup and technique fully down. And that is something that I think is really missing in weightlifting and very common in most gyms, especially commercial gyms. But overall, in my opinion, I think that that's probably the biggest and most common issue for lifters, is really how to hone in on their technique and what are they actually doing to lift the weight, right? I think a lot of people are usually confused when they get to the barbell, and they're like, what am I supposed to do? So I'll actually be dropping another video on scapular positioning and keeping your back tight throughout the entire movement to really make it a one fluid motion type deal. So I see a lot of people really coming up with their hips and then utilizing their back to pull, when it should really be one fluid motion. So if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to comment, and I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.